Well, good afternoon and good evening, or wherever you are around the world. It's a lovely day in Chelsea today, 22 degrees. The weather's been pretty good for change. I'm doing a video about the South Africa and versus Australia first test at the WACA Oval. It's been a bit of a washout, or not a washout, a bit of a wipeout for Australia at the moment, but well, they're in complete control at the moment because they got 540 in the first innings. Australia had 240. The stars for South Africa was Olga. Is a new. I don't recall. He must be a newcomer to South Africa. 127. Of course, and Dumini 140. And now Australia's got a very big ask to get 370. They'll be starting in about another hour, I think. Probably another hour. 370 with 8 wickets in hand, I think, and it's a big effort to. They won't get near because their Australian Test side at the moment is a rabble. They're all talking about each other, having to go at each other. Lehman, the coach, I don't reckon this might be his last series. I reckon Steve Hall might take over next year, but they always seem to be having a go at each other, especially Michael Clarke having a go at a few of the players, and they're not going at all, very good at all at the moment, and you can have very big odds for me about Australia getting 370 at the WACA on the last day of the test match. It's I don't think it's anybody. I think the highest score for a winning in the last day in the WACA is about 260, I think. Might be wrong, but my mate Tony Corn would probably know. Give me a call later tonight, Tony, fill me in, but I think it's about 240 or 260, but nowhere near 370. That way won't make the runs for sure. But you can have big odds off me anyway, but I just see I've got written down here, they don't seem to be gelling together at the moment. They're always sort of, I'll have to catch a Mitchell Starc in the first innings. I've never seen a first class player go and try and catch the way you try to catch that ball. It was just pathetic. I mean, it was like an under-10s fielder. I mean, that's very embarrassing for him and the whole team. I mean, it was a lollipop, and he's dropped it, and he's not bowling too flash at the moment. They're too Starc. I mean, he was a star last year, but I don't know what's. The one thing that they've got in their favour, the number one fast bowler, Dale Steyn, the South Africa, is done his shoulder again. He won't be playing for the rest of the series, and but I still think they'll clean him up, and it'll be a whitewash. But apart from that, there is one low line I got written down here, that in the first innings of when Steve Smith was batting, you must have seen it. He's gone about 3 or 4 paces down the pitch with a spinner, and the ball's hit him on the pad from the spin bowler, and the umpires give him out. There's no way in the world you can give a cricketer out in that position, whatever, 3 steps down the wicket and the spin bowler. I mean, who was that umpire? I don't know his name, but I don't think he'll be umpiring again, mate, because that was the most embarrassing, disgusting decision I've ever seen for the last 30 years. What a smart nut, mate. Anyway, they might give you a holiday next test, I reckon, anyway. As I said, I've got that written down here. I must go one of my one and only test centuries, not test centuries, and I was playing up in Rapania back in the 60s, and here it is here. I should have showed it before, I'll show you now. Here it is here. It was 131 out of 169, which talking about a one-man band, and I took 4 wickets and 4 for 20 and run 2 fouls out in the same game, but that was the one and only test century Tony Cornwall. I think he made a few himself, but that is my only 131 not out. I think I made that about an hour and a quarter, about an hour I reckon, down at the tower. Well, there you are, Tony, that's for you. I thought you might want to have a bit of a Captain Cook of that, but my one and only test century. Anyway, well, that's about all we got for that sort of stuff. Yeah, I told you about Dale Stone. He's going to be a big loss for South Africa, I can tell you now. He's one of the best fast bowlers I've seen in the last 20 years, I feel. He's a superstar, but I think he might he had a crook shoulder over in South Africa last year, I think, and he's regurgitated. I think he might take a bit of coming back to get back to what it was before, because he was #1 first bowler in the world for about 6 years, but he's out. So we might, I reckon, if they can make 200 in the last innings, they'll be going well, Australia, but they need 370. But good night, girls, for that. But and that's all we got that there for that part of my little video today. Colin Sutcliffe will probably be back next week. He works every second Monday now, but I'm sort of standing in for myself. Now I got some Cheerios here. My mate Bobby Bartel, I seen him a couple of weeks ago down at, where did I see him, down the street somewhere, and he's looking right to him, his wife Pat. He was going to tune into the Melbourne Cup last week. Incidentally, that Melbourne Cup video has got 110 hits already. And I'll tell you, someone who didn't like it. I couldn't believe it. I seen it. He's got there when they reject a video. I checked him out. Who do you think it was? It was that fellow from Collingwood, the cheer squad. What's his name? He wears a gold coat all the time, and he's a rat bag. Joffa. When I seen the thing on, he was complaining, rejecting my Melbourne Cup. Didn't like it. I seen Joffa, and I thought, well, that rings a bell. Anyway, I was talking to Tony Cornwall that night, and I said, just check it out. No, I think Colin checked it out. Colin, Joffa didn't like my Melbourne Cup video. I said, check him if he's got any video, got a video, and he said he's got one, but he's got 30,000, but you've got 70,000 hits, and he's telling me it wasn't a very good Melbourne Cup call. Well, I've got 100 other people who seem to like it, Joffa, so if you're watching this video, smarten up. So fancy him checking my Melbourne Cup fandom broadcast. And he follows Collingwood. Enough said about that crap. Anyway, now I've got some Cheerios here, and a little Ning from Brisbane, and her daughter Josie, and her grandson Silas, who's a little star, this kid, Silas. Cute name, isn't it, Silas? Elma, beg your pardon, is in Singapore. She's going alright. I've said Bobby Martello. Of course, PH, Shandy and Carlos. PH gave me a ring a couple of nights ago and informed me about Jerry, who's not very good at all. He's in hospital. He's in one of them hospitals when you go in there you don't come out. And my thoughts go out to his daughter and his son. They'll be coming down to see him. He's a very good friend. I have never met him, but he was a good friend of PH's, and he looked after PH when the PH wasn't too well the last few months, and now he's sort of gone down and well, he's gone into one of them hospitals where you don't come out. And Phil said he can't, his teeth are gone all decayed, and he can't speak, and his whole body's wrecked. But my thoughts go out to you if you're watching this video, Jerry's daughter and his son, because he used to send me a lot of emails, and he used to send me some good jokes over the last couple of years, and I've never met him, but he sounds like a very good fella. So my commiserations going out to you for, hope he can, hope he can sort of survive as long as he can, and yeah, horrible, bad news, bad news to hear. But of course Tony Cornwall, my #1 cousin, he's a superstar, ex-TV producer and whatever, making advertising and all that stuff. He's so give me a call later tonight, Tony, around about 9 or something. We'll have a chat, and we'll see what's going on, what's happening in Cairns, and so that's about all I've got to tell you. Just the second time I've had to go up this video. I don't know what happened before, but I hope this one goes through. So that's all. That's all for me today. I wish all my, as I said before, South Africa is the #1 viewer of all my videos, which is unbelievable. They're a million miles away, but they'll be probably watching this South Africa game covered, especially when they're winning pretty easy. So that's all I've got for today. So I'll probably see you next week with Colin Sutcliffe. So that's goodbye from me, and goodbye from whatever.